The Fate of the Furious. Number 8. The Fast and Furious franchise, directed by F. Gary Gray. And here we are. Dominic Toretto has turned back on his family. Yeah, that happened. Let me get my thoughts of this out of the way. I just want to say they could have ended it, but I'm fine with this movie because it's entertaining. I will say that. Okay, now let's move on. Dominic Toretto turning back from his family. Family, that's what it's all about. Lenny's really sad about it. Hobbs is really pissed about it because he wrecked his car, and now he has this device with Charlize Theron who's manipulating him, and we don't know why he's doing this. But I will say it is worth it when you go see it. But let's just move on to the positives, shall we? Okay, the action. The action is over the top. It's classic Fast and Furious stuff right here ever since the 5th one when I just invoked ridiculousness, like absolute insanity. Moving on to the next positive, the standouts being Jason Statham and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson actually outdid the rest of the crew, the rest of the fam. And this is what I'll say about Vin Diesel. It was his best acting out of all of them. But that's big because Vin Diesel's not particularly like an amazing actor. He's just there to be Vin Diesel and talk like this and just drive around in his nice car. You kind of stepped it up in some scenes, and I thought that was a good job. But Jason Statham, Dwayne "The Rock", every scene they're just tagging at each other, and it's just hilarious. I really want that fight scene they were talking about. Sadly, it didn't happen, but one day, hopefully, they'll just duke it out, and we'll see who would win between Hobbs and Decker, the brother. Negatives are the formula does work, but it's starting to wear off for me. This is the 8th film. Yeah, we've had these films 8 times, and it's just starting to get very repetitious, and some scenes were kind of annoying, honestly. The whole family talk, the whole on-the-nose name of the film, Fate. They didn't say it as many times as family, but it still kind of annoyed me. It just, they know exactly, and I had a discussion with my friends about it, about how the marketing is and how there's girls, there's cars, there's action, and how it check marks all the spot and it's just in your face and they know exactly what they want. And hey, it works and it's going to work financially, but it's starting to kind of annoy me, and I can understand where my roommate was coming from. The next negative, the last negative, is the villain. Charlize Theron did a great job. I thought every scene she was in was captivating, but her character, not so much. Just very weak. The script was very weak for her, I think, and her motivation was very lacking because there really wasn't any motivation at all. We don't really understand where she came from, how she got here, and why she specifically chose Dom. And also, why do all of a sudden a bunch of racers know how to fight and shoot? That's something I just recently came up with, and I get it. We're supposed to turn off our brains, how my other roommate number 1 was saying, but honestly I was thinking about that. I'm like, how did this guy who raced cars in California, who fixed up on them, knows how to fight, shoot a gun, and kick a bunch of booty? Like, I don't get it. Moving on from that, my final verdict, my score for this is no harm done. It is a no harm done. I think it's a good film. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not great. And this is the weakest of the new rebooted franchise. It goes from 7, 5, 6, 8. So, I got roommate number 1 and Bobby over here. My 2 great friends, and he's flipping me off right now. I hate you. But what are your overall feelings towards The Fate of the Furious at a 1 to 10 scale? Where would you put it at?
I thought this movie was great. I would give it an 8 out of 10 because, it was just so entertaining. Vin Diesel and his emotions. And just how well his reasoning in this film was.
That's something I can agree with you, because that's something I forgot to mention in the positives. I'll intersect with that. Is that the reasoning behind why Vin Diesel does what he does is great. Really satisfying.
Like I said, it's my favorite one I've seen so far. Between 4 and 7.
What was the standout? How about I'll be out here. What's a standout? Like a scene or a character element or a story element? Anything. What was like your favorite thing out of it that you could be like, I like that. That was good.
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren. She was in it for 3 minutes.
She was great.
No, she was awesome. Hey
She was
guys,
awesome.
Helen Mirren's in it.
This movie is absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
Rubber bullets.
Seen like any of the other ones except for 4, but even without seeing them, every plot twist related to the other movies I immediately put together.
What would you put it like? Okay, well, how would you rate it? Like for you?
Above 4.
Average.
Above the 4th Fast and the Furious.
Okay, so average. It's an average film, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you guys have a great day or night, whatever time zone you are in. And don't forget to be blessed. Family.